Coach Greg, and I can't believe I'm telling you this, but Kallum von Monger is at it again, and this time a story that you'll probably not even believe. He was arrested for allegedly ramming a guy's car with his vehicle, getting out with a machete, chasing after the guy, and wrecking the guy's car with his machete. I mean, imagine this scenario. Kallum von Monger is a big dude, full of muscle, ripped. He's over 6 feet tall. Probably looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger from the Terminator coming out of a car with a machete. You're thinking, what? You'd have to be in fear of your life and running faster than you've ever ran before. Luckily, he was able to get in his car and his escape. And so you have to wonder, what is the cause of this? Is it in fact roid rage? I mean, we all know that Kallum is not natural, and so did taking steroids, PDs, lead to this kind of a mental type of breakdown? In my opinion, no. I think this is due to potentially him abusing narcotics. After searching his vehicle, which wasn't even registered in his own name, they found meth, cocaine, and steroids. That is not a good mix. Reminds me of that movie, which was a documentary starring Mark Wahlberg and The Rock. And The Rock, he had things going on. He was doing pretty good, but then got into cocaine, started using it more and more and more. And by the end of it, he'd lost his mind. He was pretty much doing everything and anything. He had hit rock bottom. And I feel like this has gotten to be the case with Kallum. If you look in his Instagram stories, he's talking nonsense, doing crazy things. It just seems like he's not all there. And it just goes to show this can happen to everyone. He had everything going for him. The looks, the sponsors, the money, the life that everyone wishes they could live. But look how it's all turned out. He's struggling mentally, emotionally, perhaps not physically, aside from his injuries. But where has it all led to? He's got multiple charges. He has a kid, child support to pay. He's traveling back and forth from Australia to the United States. Is he even allowed to travel? With all these charges, drug charges, is he in fact going to be allowed to travel back to the United States? Man allegedly chased through Melbourne car park on foot by machete-wielding driver. A machete-wielding driver? Really? Like, it's basically a sword. I mean, come on, it's 2022. What is this, medieval times? A man allegedly had his car rammed before he was chased through a Melbourne car park by a machete-wielding man in a shocking instance of road rage. Road rage, not roid rage, but perhaps it could have been a combination of both. That and or in fact other drugs such as cocaine or meth. Who knows what state of mind he was in? Was he sober at the time? Was he thinking logically? I'm gonna bet he probably was not. Why would he do such a thing? Why would he lose his cool to this extent? The alleged attacker rammed the man's car in a shopping center car park on Millers Road in Altona North just before 9:30 p.m. yesterday, according to Victoria's police. The man was allegedly then confronted by the attacker, who was armed with a machete and proceeded to damage the man's car. I mean, imagine if this happened to you. This Kallum von Monger, well over 200 pounds of muscle, over 6 feet tall, has a machete, comes up to you. I mean, I can't even imagine how petrified you'd be of this situation. Bad enough for this guy to come and attack you unarmed, but to attack somebody or his car with a machete? The attacker allegedly then chased the man through the car park on foot while carrying the machete until the man managed to get in his car and escape. I just can't imagine. I cannot imagine being in this situation where a guy's chasing me with a machete. It's horrible. How is he allowed out on bail? How is he allowed to walk around? How can you do such horrible crimes and still be let go? Police were called to the car park about 9:30 p.m. and arrested the alleged attacker inside a nearby supermarket. The 31-year-old Mount Dunnier man has been charged with affray, conduct endangering serious injury, assaults, and weapons offenses. Affray I've never heard of, but hey, let's charge him with chasing down a guy with a friggin' machete after ramming into the dude's car. Those are some serious offenses, and to then find steroids, meth, and cocaine in the vehicle after that? I mean, what are we thinking? He has been bailed to appear at Melbourne Magistrates Court in August. Really? So you just get bailed, you can do all of this, and then you're just free to go. I would suggest they do some kind of testing, see, are they mentally all there? Do they have the wherewithals about, or whatever it is, to freaking be around in public? I would say no. Imagine how the victim feels. The day after he's been attacked and has this happen to his car, the alleged attacker is out on bail? Does that seem right to you? And so obviously you're innocent until proven guilty. I wasn't there. I can't say what exactly happened, but they're looking for more people to piece this together. Tell them what they saw, what they didn't see, and so on.
And we do know we've seen guys lose their minds because of steroids and high amounts of them. Now, is this Kallum? Who knows?
And so obviously Kallum has gone way beyond what anyone thought possible. I'm sure that people are concerned. Imagine being his friends, family, parents, and so on. They've got to be hoping that somehow he gets the help that he needs. And although you're innocent until proven guilty, this all looks really bad. I can't imagine him getting off all these charges. It's not like it's one incident that maybe was made up. These are multiple incidents that seem to be adding and compiling to each other. And so this has to be a warning to you. No matter how successful you are, no matter how good looking you are, no matter how well you have your life going together, if you start messing around with drugs, you never know what it's going to do to you. You might think, I just get to have fun once in a while, but sooner or later, perhaps you're addicted, you can't control yourself, it's affecting your brain, and you start making very, very poor decisions, as was in this case.
Now, when he got bailed out by his parents for this machete incident, he had to be put on house arrest. So what that means is that you can't leave that property or the properties they assign you to, or else you'll go to jail.
And so although he's out on bail, he's still under house arrest. He can't just come and go as he pleases.
Today, he put up a post, said, I'm going to be back in the USA in 5 weeks. I'm not sure how that's going to happen since he has pending drug charges in Australia, multiple, machetes, everything.
He has specific places he can be at certain times, at home or at the gym and so on. And so he can't just be out driving around. And so if you see Kallum out having a good time doing certain things, he's making a stupid decision, and imagine how easy he could get caught. The probation officer is going to see him on Instagram posting, doing this or that, and be like,
dude, you need to be at home or we're taking you to jail.
So hopefully he gets the help that he needs, can make the positive changes he needs to make to get his life in order, and can, in the future, get his life back together.